Hello, this is Ushi from Crafting with Ushi, and this is the little project we're making. It's this cute little bag, as you can see, really dinky. So let me show you how I did it. We're going to be using some of the what's it called now? The paper from Sale-a-bration. It's called the Golden Honey Designer Series paper, and I used this pattern for that one. I'm going to be using a different pattern for this one, and it's going to measure 11 inches one way by 7 inches the other way, and on the long side, the 11-inch side, we're going to score. So firstly, I want to remind you about your scoring tool. You've got a small end and a thick end. For paper like this, you really want to be using the thick end because you don't want to be cutting through your paper. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch, and then again at 4 1/4 inches, 5 3/4 inches, and then 9 1/2 inches. Then we're going to turn our paper 90 degrees, and we're going to score at 1 1/2 inches, and then we're going to score again at 6 inches. Okay, so let's put our scoring tool away. Whoopsie daisy, sorry for the clatter. Rewrite everything. Now you're going to get your bone folder out, which I've said before, sorry about the noise, one of the best tools you can have, and we're going to fold on all those score lines, and you can see them much better, I think, on that side than on that side. So we're just going to score, burnish, which basically means burnish, basically means fold, and give a good press down. So we're going to do that one, and then that one, and this smaller one. So on the short side you've got this 1 1/2 inch, and then you've got the inch one here. The inch one you're going to also score, fold the opposite way around, and then we're going to fold all the rest along here. Okay, and then this last little one along here. And now we have some cutting to do. So let me get out my scissors. These ones are my favourite paper scissors. And we're gonna, you can see, I think here, we're gonna firstly cut up to the score line, all the way on each of these score lines. Well, 1 2 3 4, and the same on the other side, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's do that to start off with. And when you get to this last little score line at the end, you're actually going to cut it off at an angle, like that. Okay, and you can do the same thing on the other side. You're just going to cut it off at an angle, and that's, you don't want those pieces. So then we're going to cut up to our score line again. Okay, so we've done that. You can see we've separated all of these tabs now. So now the next thing we're going to do is on the 1 inch score line, so that's the small bit, we're going to turn over our pieces of paper like this. So for this, I'm just going to use snail to hold this down, because this is just decorative, and paper on paper, the snail will be perfectly fine. Okay, just make sure I've got it on all the bits, which I have, and then you're just going to fold it over and stick it down like this, and you want to just make sure it's properly stuck down, so just go over it with the bone folder like that. Okay, so that's what you've got so far. Now on this tab here, we're going to put some tear and tape. This is what's going to hold our box top, to hold our bag together. So we want something stronger here, and with all double-sided tape, it's pressure adhesive, so give it a good burnish. Okay, So your box is going to fold together like that. Okay, so that means your seam is on the back of the box. You see, your seam is there, which means this piece at the front is where you're going to need to put your tape next. Okay, because that's the bit that's going to fold over. So just going to put tear and tape there, 3 pieces, because you don't want anything falling out of our bag. So now we can take the tape off. You just want to line up, make sure everything's, as I say it, I get things skewed, but just try and line it up so it's as straight as you can get it. Okay, so now we've folded that, so now we're ready to do our base. So fold the sides in first, and then we're going to fold over our piece. If I get it the right way around, there we go. Okay, and then just fold that over, and then all I'm going to do is just use my bone folder on the base here to make sure everything's properly stuck down. And then all you're going to do now is just pinch the sides together like this, and just use your finger along the edge like that, just to get the paper moving. Okay, so let's get these bits out the way. The next thing we're going to do is make our holes, and for this I'm going to be using my crocodile, and I'm actually going to use this time, I think, the smaller hole, not the bigger one. Okay, and I'm just going to eyeball this so that it's roughly in the centre. Yeah, it'll do. Those are the 2 little holes we've made. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of this ribbon. This is the gold trim ribbon, and I'm going to attempt, just going to cut it into a proper point. Don't know what I was doing there. To try if there is any hope for me to make a bow. So I'm just going to go from the back through to the front. No, I'm not talking nonsense, ignore me. I'm going to go from the front to the back. I'm just not thinking today. You know what, I'm more concerned about not being able to do the stupid bow than I'm thinking about what I'm doing. You don't want to know how many attempts I had on that other bow that you see on the bag before I even got that sorry example of a bow. It was, just saying, just put it this way, it went well into double figures. I was cursing it. I was not chappy at all. I just could not get it to work for me. Not for, as they say, as the old saying goes, not for all the tea in Christendom could I get that to work. Okay, so let's cut a piece off. Look at that, I'm using up my ribbon. I'm really pleased because, you know, I don't want it to retire and I haven't used it up, so that's good, isn't it? It's one of my goals. Whoopsie daisy. It's one of my goals, you know, is to use up my supplies so they don't just go into retirement and then sit in my stash and then I buy new stuff and then I don't use what I have and it just sits there. If I buy it, I need to use it. So I'm really pleased when I find myself using stuff. So good. So I'm being a good Ushie, so I'm happy about that. So now let's see what we come up with. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't come out right, and I'm not going to fiddle with it because I don't want to spend ages on camera fiddling with the bow, so it's going to have to stay like that. Okay, I'm just going to neaten up the end here. Okay, and then I'm going to put that aside, do something I'm much more comfortable with, stamping, and I'm going to bring in my bits. I'm going to be using this stamp set called Hard Felt. I'm going to be using the stamp set that's From My Heart to Yours. And then I've got a piece here of scrap Whisper White. We're going to stamp, and stamp, hold down. Yep, that'll do fine. Whoops. Making a total mess of things today, aren't I? And then we are going to now just punch this out. And this is the 1.5 inch circle punch. So put that aside, and then we get the 2-inch punch. And I'm going to punch out here a piece of our gold sheet. So punch that out, and then get that out of the way. We're going to stick our sentiment down onto our piece of gold just with some snail, like that. And then I'm going to stick this on a bag with my trusty dimensionals. So I'm going to put a few on today because I don't trust that something's going to go wrong. Okay, and then we're just going to get the bow out the way. My awful bow out the way. And there we go. So, excuse the rubbish bow. As you can see on this one, I've got a wider piece that I've turned over compared to this one here. Which do you like better? Do you like it with no turnover? Do you like it maybe just with the shorter turnover or the longer one? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information about this project, supply list, etc., it'll be on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links, including my Facebook group, are in the description box below. So until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!